Hello and welcome back to the channel. I am Justice, here with Terramaster, and we are here to discuss with you today the best case scenario for the Bastion deck in the Speed Duel GX Midterm Paradox box.
Nice.
Are you ready?
I'm ready. Let's do it.
Let's do it! We're going to jump right into the Bastion cards. We're going to start with Carboneton. If it battles a fire monster, it gains 1,000 attack during damage calc. That's useless because it only goes up to 18, which is not great.
Yes.
We're not worried about that. What we are worried about is that you can banish it from the graveyard to special summon from your hand or deck a level 7 or lower dragon normal type monster in face-up defense position. You can do that once per turn. We say best case, but honestly, we're almost anticipating that at this point because we're guessing, along with the rest of the community, that this was the reason why the Serpent Knight Dragon skill got nerfed, because they're going to give us Carboneton to summon it with.
Yeah, no, it makes complete sense, right? Because with this, turboing out Serpent Knight Dragon would be kind of broken. However, with the nerf to the skill, it's not that bad. It's fine.
Yeah.
Alright.
Now it's just Luster Dragon number 2 support.
Yes, easy. The secret strongest dragon in speed duels. Alright. We have Duotarion. We've talked about this before, so let's not get into too many details. Same with Oxygeddon. Also, Hydrogeddon would be in here as well, but we didn't want to repeat literally everything. So, because Hydrogeddon, especially because, you know, you have to add 3 of those. So no reprints. No reprints.
Yeah.
Alright. Water Dragon, we already talked about that too, but would you like to take Water Dragon Cluster?
Hell yeah. This is a card that I'm really looking for. I'm hoping it's in the set. You have to special summon it with a bonding spell or trap card, which we will go over. We did actually include a couple of those in best case scenario as well.
Yep.
If it is special summoned, effect monsters your opponent currently controls cannot activate their effects for the rest of the turn, and their attacks is changed to 0 until the end of the turn.
That's so good.
It's really good. It's actually
so
a
good.
really neat effect negation that we have. Plus 0 attack. Just get in there.
Yes.
Do some damage.
All without targeting.
All without targeting. Plus, as a quick effect, you contribute it to special summon 2 water dragons from your hand and or deck in defense, ignoring their summoning conditions.
Yeah.
So if it's under threat, you can just tag it out and get 2 water dragons in play.
Absurd. 2,600 defense, by the way. So just actually absurd. But you say, how do you summon them without playing a very bad card like the bad bonding spell? Well, we have the good bonding spell, which is why we don't need Hydrogeddon in here, because you only need to tribute Duotarion and Oxygeddon. And you start saying Water Dragon or not or Water Dragon Cluster. Can you imagine if it's and/or? Hand deck or graveyard, so you can even like use it for discard fodder first and then summon it later.
Nope.
Which is really cool. Again, treat it as summoned from Bonding H2O for Water Dragon's condition. And then, if it's separate field to graveyard, well, this card's in your graveyard, you basically recycle this. So it also loops itself, which is giving the deck not only aggro power when you first play this card, but because it negs you quite a bit from, you know, tributing 3 monsters, although it's hand or field. But it gets you that back. So it kind of not only does the cluster loop into 2 more water dragons, but then the bonding spell also loops. So that
and it is worth noting too, because bonding H2O, you have to have monsters on your field.
Correct.
This can be field or hand, so way better.
Nah, it's really good. But that's not the only way to summon water dragons. There's also bonding DHO.
That's right. So this is where things actually do start looping, and you don't only fully neg, because you shuffle 1 each of Duotarion, Hydrogeddon, and Oxygeddon from your hand and or a graveyard into the deck, so you can use the bonding D2O, send them to the grave, and then the bonding DHO to recycle them from the grave, which is neat.
Right.
To special summon a Water Dragon Cluster, again, from your hand or a graveyard. And it also has a graveyard effect that you can banish it from the grave to add a Water Dragon or a Cluster from your deck or a graveyard to your hand. So these cards actually play really well with each other. You can send things to the grave, get them back from the grave, fuse from the grave. Really cool for that.
Yeah, no, it's insane. Like these 2 cards with the Water Dragon Cluster. The Water Dragon's obviously for the cluster, and then you have your pieces, and that's almost an entire deck, and it's absurd because that's actually kind of a powerful deck. Yeah, like you're doing a lot right there. Yeah.
Yeah, it's actually something legitimately worth thinking about playing. Plus, surely they will also give us a good Water Dragon skill. So yes, this will be great.
Surely. As we know, the GX team has a history of giving us phenomenal skills.
God.
Moving on to Bastion's more generic card, we have Cursed Seal of the Forbidden Spell. The community has discussed this one a little bit. Basically negates a spell. It's basically Magic Jammer with the additional effect of your opponent cannot activate the same name spell cards for the rest of the duel. So, you know, if they activate, I don't know, we get Fisher, okay? I'm dreaming, but yeah, we get Fisher. Your opponent activates Fisher, you Curse Seal the Forbidden Spell. The other two Fishers they have in their deck are now completely worthless.
Yep.
So,
and just worth noting that the only difference in Curse Seal is you have to discard a spell specifically for its cost. You can,
yes.
Whereas with Hammer you can discard any card, but usually worth if there's something worth Curse Sealing.
Right, exactly. Even like Cosmic Cyclone, for example, would be worth it in the current format, right? So there's that. You know, Book of Moon, all that. All right. Moving on to the boy.
We have Mathematician. If he's normal summoned, you can send a level 4 or lower monster from your deck to the graveyard. Carbonetta.
Combo?
Yep. And if it's destroyed by battle and sent to the graveyard, you can draw a card. So it replaces himself, which is neat.
Yeah, seems
and
good.
Again, Bastion did play this, and the thought again is this is why Nightmare Sonic blasts all the nerfs, that you can't just go Mathematician, summon, dump Carbonetta, summon Night Dragon, use Nightmare Sonic Blast.
Yeah, because I mean, even just like listening to that right now, that seems really good. Like you literally just had to draw Mathematician.
Yeah,
and
yeah. Mathematician by itself literally would have just set it up, so they decided that's no good.
Yeah, exactly. Moving on to, I'll actually let you take this ritual monster because you suggested you put this in here. So,
okay, thank you. Yeah, no, Litmus Doom is cool. So we have the Litmus Doom Swordsman and the ritual spell for it, the Litmus Doom Ritual. It's unaffected by trap effects, which is already cool. So no Floodgate, no Wall of D, none of that. It cannot be destroyed by battle either, so pretty cool. But it's 0/0, except that it gains 3,000 attack and defense while a trap is on the field. So this is encouraging you to specifically use like continuous traps that can stay face up on the field.
Yes.
What's also neat is that Jinzo doesn't even stop this, because it's negating the effect of traps on the field, but it doesn't change the fact that there is still a face-up trap card on the field,
yes.
which is all that Doom Swordsman cares about.
So
yeah.
I picture this in like the Odeon deck, and I'm just like, that would be so cool. That'd be so cool. Yeah.
For sure. So yeah, so 3,000 attack and defense, can't be destroyed by battle, unaffected by trap effects, which is actually pretty darn strong in current format.
No, it is. No, it is. Because you're like, well, you can't floodgate it. It's unaffected by your battle traps. You can't stick a nightmare wheel on it. Like there's so much you just can't do to it inherently.
Yeah. So yeah, I like it. And you can, if it's destroyed by your opponent's card, so again, say like a Fisher or something.
Yeah.
And then you can target a trap in either graveyard and set it to your spell and trap zone.
Yeah, you heard that correctly.
So it also works with spell traps.
Either graveyard.
Not graveyard.
Just yours. You didn't draw any of your best trap cards, but your opponent did. Well, guess what? It's yours now.
Heck yeah.
All right. Does the ritual do anything else?
Yes, it does.
All right.
So normal ritual conditions, hand or field, level 8 or more, blah, blah, blah. However, if this card is in the graveyard, you can target a Litmus Doom Swordsman in your graveyard, shuffle it and the ritual spell into the deck, and then draw one card.
Oh, wow. That's really good.
Yeah, so when they do get rid of it, you can then recycle and then draw a card.
Yeah, no, that's really good. See, Bastion has some fun cards. Between Water Dragon and Litmus Doom Swordsman, I think this would be a lot of fun.
Yeah, there's actually some neat stuff for Bastion.
Yeah. All right. So for the rest of this, again, we looked through a lot of the cards that Bastion played in the anime, and it wasn't anything too exciting. We didn't want to go.
We've pretty much gone through almost all of them. He actually did not play a ton of different cards. For the guy that supposedly has 8,000 different decks or whatever, he actually didn't play that many different cards during the course of the anime.
Nope. We could have gone the random Duel Links route and done Chemi critters, but we didn't think that made any sense because there's no indication whatsoever of Gemini monsters being anytime soon. So we were like, you know what? The community likes water, right? At least a lot of them
water
do.
Support. They want water support.
So all the water lovers in the community, this is for you. We start with the Legendary Ocean. You know what it does? It's always treated as Umi, even though in the next card we'll find out that that's kind of cheating. But it gives your water monsters the boost. All water monster doesn't specify like Umi what types, and it also reduces the level of water monsters in both players' hands and on the field by 1. So that's relevant for tribute summoning. Really cool. All right.
So our next card, as you alluded to, Warrior of Atlantis. Technically, according to the rules of the game, it literally cannot use its effect, but Konami made a special exception for it. Discard it from your hand to the graveyard to add Legendary Ocean from your deck to your hand. You might say, what do you mean you can't use it? You just showed a Legendary Ocean. Well, yeah, well, a Legendary Ocean is always treated as Umi, including while it's in the deck. So while it is in your deck, its name is Umi. So there is no card in your deck ever called a Legendary Ocean, just so you know. But it does work because Konami said so. So, yeah, there you go.
So Konami has allowed you to cheat. Rejoice.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. Next up, we have Atlantean Attack Squad. This is your booster. So it gains 800 attack when you control a face-up fish, sea serpent, or aquaterra monster than itself. So it can be a 2200 normal summon, which is very strong if you summon it under the right circumstances.
Yep. Alright, we threw an Aqua Spirit. This card isn't anything like amazing, but again, it's a water special summon, and free special summons are never bad, right? You just banish one water monster from your graveyard to summon it, and during your opponent's standby phase, you can target a face-up monster that they control, change the battle position, and it can't change its battle position for the rest of the turn. Honestly, sometimes it's relevant. Yeah. They just have one big monster that you're worried about. Yeah, switch to defense. You can't change it this turn. Yep. I'll deal with it next turn.
Yeah, exactly. So it could give you another turn to deal with something, and I just talked about Attack Squad, right? Combos with that, so there you go. We also have, now this one might rankle some feathers here. We have Abyss Soldier. If you remember this from GOAT format, it was a decent card back then. You discard a card, water monster specifically, and then target one card on the field, return to hand. So it can be a very good temporary removal for most cards and permanent removal for fusion monsters and such. So seems pretty good.
Definitely good.
Yeah, but you literally have to play a water deck, or at least multiple water monsters. So that's why it's fine. It's not like super generic.
Yeah, probably.
Probably fine.
I'm gonna talk about the last two cards together, if that's cool with you.
Yes.
Because we kind of actually go. Let's actually go to the last one first. Let's go to Hammer Shark.
Hammer Shark.
Hammer Shark is neat because once per turn you can reduce the level of Hammer Shark by 1, and then special summon a level 3 or lower water monster from your hand. You can summon the Atlantean Attack Squad to immediately give it the boost, since now there's a fish monster in play. You can also summon the Spined Gilman, which is the other card, because it gives all your fish, sea serpent, and aqua type monsters 400 attack. Which is great. And then if you have it on the field at the same time as the attack squad, well, now you have the face-up fish to boost attack squad, which is then boosting it even more, or sea serpent, sorry, which is then boosting it even more with another 400. So yeah, attack squad can get huge. For those of you who played old school Duel Links, there was a very popular auto duel deck to just use against computer that was just Hammer Shark, Spine Gilman, attack squad, to special summon, get huge, run things over. It's not broken by any means, but it is a way of just kind of putting out some big threats fairly quickly, actually, for water cards. So there you go.
Yeah.
I will say Hammer Shark also, funny enough, before we finish this, if Legendary Ocean is in play, Hammer Shark can let you actually special summon Abyss Soldier because it goes down to level 3.
Yo, that's so good. What? Konami, please. Okay, that's absurd. I love that. Yeah, so this you don't need a lot of big, powerful monsters for water to be like, you know,
just to have something, like have something that's cool that can help it, that can just do something.
Exactly. So like we said in the Jane video, right? We just the bare minimum to make this best case list is something that can community can test and have fun with, at least, if not necessarily gonna top big tournaments. But yeah, nope. You're welcome for that water bit there. But yeah, again, like I said, if you enjoy the ends of these videos, I promise you will absolutely love Paradox Brothers. Especially if you're active in the Speed Duel League Discord. You will absolutely love Paradox Brothers.
Yeah. It's going to be great.
It's going to be great.
Be on the lookout for it. It's coming soon.
It is. But until then, I'll let Justice take us out.
Okay. Yep, so that will do it for us today. So until next time, my friends, as always, be good to yourselves. Be good to each other. Good luck in all of your games. And we will see you soon.
Peace.